For early access plus exclusive content, facilitated discussions, live one-on-one Q&As, and more, become a patron at patreon.com/BrucePoinsett.
Is that under the worst of conditions, Black folks have not only survived in a place we were never meant to be, we have changed it for the better over and over and over again, regardless of the circumstances. I mean, Blackness is visionary in and of itself, and Blackness in Oregon it's incredible whenever I think about it. We were never supposed to be here. Multiple laws were passed. We were told we would be tortured publicly. And yet not only did we stay, we built, we transformed, we created more justice for everyone over and over and over again. And, you know, you and your family are part of that legacy as well. And so I'm just thankful for the visionary organizing and leadership of folks doing that work on the ground. And that's what I hope my presentation and my program always supports. You know, I don't want people to just come and go, that was, as white people, let's be clear. Black folks can come and do whatever they want, but white people cannot come and be, oh, that was interesting. And that's it. Like, now you know, now you're responsible. So either do something or be honest that you don't want to do anything, but you can no longer lie to yourself and say that you believe in justice when I presented you with a list of 100 organizations doing work, you know, in the community across the state. You need to do something, you know, whatever it is.
Yeah, I mean, literally at your presentations, for those who haven't been, you provide a list, you put it up on the big screen. Like, you have multiple accessible ways for people to directly get in touch with organizations in their area that are doing the work. And so it's always funny to me when, you know, because again, we'll talk about the white people in the room who will, you know, during the Q&A time, be like, so what can I do? There's a list literally on the table in front of them. There is again, that same list is on the big PowerPoint screen behind you. You have told them multiple times, I will be directing you to this list. There will be a portion of the section. And then you will say that again, because you're just professional and polite at this point. And then right after that person asks that question, another person will get up and be like, okay, but as a white man, what can I do? And it's just like, again, you're better than me, because I imagine after a while it's just like an urge to just like leap over like tables and chairs, just be like, you're not listening. Are you messing with me? What is going on?
When I think that idea, like, again, it's important for me, for white folks to know when they say, especially, I mean, the thing, especially you're talking about is like, I have just, you just encountered this information for the first time. We're not even halfway done with the program. And so I say, what about the timeline is interesting to you? Where do you want to dig deeper? Where do you want to get more information? What conversations do you want to have? And that's often when someone will be like, well, what can we do? And I'm like, I'm going to just take you that you are not trying to be disruptive and you actually want to do something, which sometimes is a very generous gift. But what it does is it erases the need for white folks to learn, right? It's a very kind of colonial mentality, because it's as if there's no more information for them to learn, like that there isn't masses of complex, nuanced, layered, beautiful history and scholarship by Black people that they need to engage in. And it also is a colonial mentality as if nothing else is happening, right? Oh, y'all knew about this and you didn't do anything? Well, I guess I'll have to come in and fix it, And I'm like, we're not asking you to Superman us. Thank you. Please stop. And so for me, I think it's, again, my program is an hour and a half or 2 hours. So I'm like, what you can do is listen and engage with this history for 2 hours and get the barest minimum foundation. I mean, I've spent you know, I've spent about 15 years of my life studying this, and that's nothing compared to some, you know, elders who have spent decades, you know, 50, 60, 70 years or more doing this work. So I'm like, there's a lot to learn here. But, you know, also just recognizing the need to shift the frame, because that mentality erases the fact that Black people have always been the leaders on this, that we should be centered, that our voices, our visions, and leadership should be centered in any movement, because we are the ones who have been holding this and doing this work. And we have created countless resources to not only learn about it, but also countless resources saying this is what needs to happen. This is what needs to change. Like the State of Black Oregon report, which is, you know, invaluable, even though the last full one came out a few years ago. I'm like, if we worked on enacting all of those policies and, you know, proposals, we could, let's just do that then. Or, you know, I direct people to Imagine Black's People's Plan that came out when they were the Portland African American Leadership Forum before they changed their name to Imagine Black, which again, I'm like, if we just enacted what was in here, so, you know, just, we've been putting out reports. If we enacted reports that the NAACP put out in 1926, we would be ahead of the game. So, you know, for me, asking that question before you've actually listened, what it does is it erases the fact that Black folks have not only been living this, but we have been experts on this, and we have been putting out plans for change that, again, even if they're 80 years old, if we enacted those today, it would make, you know, the Portland and Oregon and the world a billion times better. And so, yeah, that's just always, I'm like, if you didn't know this is what you're doing, I just want you to know by asking that question at this moment, this is what you're doing.